Hi kids, it's Miss Patty at Wakanda Area Library, and this is week 3 of colors and patterns. And today we're going to work on moving lines. This is going to be one of the videos you really want to watch it from start to finish, because when I show you what we start with, you're going to be amazed. How did we get these lines? It's very simple. Again, it's a little bit like a puzzle, similar to last week, but we are going to take straight lines, which we're drawing them on the diagonal, and turn them into curved lines. So I'm going to show you how we do that. So when you get your piece of paper, you're going to get a piece of paper, half sheet, and you're going to get black construction paper to draw it on. So to get started, you're going to want to use a ruler for this so you can get some nice straight lines. So grab a ruler and grab your markers. And I didn't measure, I just used the ruler to give me some nice straight lines. Go on the diagonal on the coloring page. And you can see I left some white too. So you can color the whole thing in, you can leave some white stripes, you can choose whatever colors you want. This one I tried to do some sort of like an ocean theme, and we're gonna do a little extra something at the end of the video with this one. But what I wanna show you is after you do the diagonal lines, you wanna turn your piece of paper over and you're gonna measure it. So you're going to measure it on the top and the bottom at the ½ inch. Every ½ inch, we're going to make a little mark. And I'll do this on the top of the bottom, and then we're going to line them up. Because you're going to end up making strips. So let's do it again up at the top. If you don't know what the ½ inch markings are, you can ask your parents to help you with this one. This one does work out better if the lines are all the same size. And then what you're going to do is make lines. You can do this with a pencil. I'm going to do it with a marker on this one just so you can see it better on the camera. So now we're going to make straight lines. When we finish this, we're going to number them all, and we're going to cut them all out because we want to put them in order to make a pattern. And this is a lesson in taking lines and making them bend. Like I said, watch the video all the way through because there is a number order to this. The right directions, it's easy to put together, but if you just look at the picture and try to do it, it can get a little confusing. So what you want to do is number all on one side . 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we'll have one more on one side. What we want to do is roughly find the middle. I'm going to use 11 as the middle, 10 here and 11 on this side. That's not going to make a difference, but what you want to do is find the middle because that's going to be your starting point on your project. So the next thing you're going to do is cut all of these individual strips out. gonna get your black background, get your scissors, and I have these numbered, and this is half of them, and this is the other half. So once you cut all of these out in strips, you want all of your numbers on the same side. So it's sort of like making your own puzzle. So I want you to put them in order. Number 11 is the middle, like I said, and I want that to go vertical right down the middle of your page. And then we're gonna curve up. So what we're gonna do is overlap on the top, and I know I have these in order, so I'm working from the bottom. And I'm just gonna show you how to line it up. We're not gonna glue it down. It would be if you wanna line it up, but then you'll wanna take it all off. So it's kinda easy to watch this and glue it down. So only the middle one is straight. And then the top, it overlaps here, and on the bottom, you have a little space. So a little overlap, a little space. And look what's happening. Our straight diagonal lines are becoming curved. And that is why it's an optical illusion. So if you overlap the top and give a little space on the bottom, and you know what the space is called? You can give it like a finger space. A little bit of a finger space in between. You don't have to measure it. Just a little bit of overlap on the top, and I'm just moving this so you can see the room. It's okay if you have them fanning out over the page. Okay, so overlapping, finger space. Let's get that one nice and straight. They're moving just a little bit because I didn't glue it down. So you would glue one strip at a time. And do you see how I made that curved? So we went from here to here. And now this is 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting at your middle point, which we counted was 11, and working backwards down to 1. And now for the other side, we're going to start the overlap on the bottom, but you're going to be working your way up. So of course my next number is going to be 12. And again, let's do the numbers on the same side. So my numbers are here on the fingered out page. So all my numbered sides are here because you want them going the same way. So now again, here's all my numbers at the bottom. Now we're going to do 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We're just going to start the overlap on the bottom now, and the finger space will be at the top, which obviously it looks reversed for you. So there's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and I know I put these in order, so I'm not showing you. That's 18, 19, and again, you can use your glue stick as you put these down. I just don't want to take too much of your time. 20, 21, 22. Look at those beautiful curved lines. Can you believe that we went from this to this? And that is, of course, why it's called moving lines or optical illusion art. Because we've taken that diagonal and we've bent them and turned it into a curve. So this is a super, super fun project. You can use whatever colors you want, Like I said, this one I tried to do more of like the ocean vibes because I just want to show you one more technique. So I will have the samples out in the library and you can take a picture, but you definitely want to watch the video to get it together, to put all the pieces in the right order. And even if they're not in the right order, the kids are still going to have fun putting their little puzzle art together. So I've already numbered. This is the one we used as the samples and the numbers. But before I cut this out, I want to do a little bit of a different technique. What I want to do is take some water on here, but you know, I need to be a smart artist. Let me grab a tray. We don't need to make a mess all over. So what I want to do with this is all watercolor markers. I want to work on the way of the diagonal, but I want to see if we can spread these colors just a little bit. Let's give it a little bit of a watercolor technique. The blending. This is similar to what we did with our coffee filter flowers. Look how those colors are blending together. Just a little bit. So all I'm doing really is making the edges just a little bit softer. Oh, this is really pretty. So you don't have to do this, but it's summer, so sometimes we have a little more time to spend on our art. So we can maybe even do this for something else. Now that we have all of our color spread, let's add a little bit of salt. We have some little table salt, and I have some coarse kosher salt. So I just want to add a little bit of a salt technique. So just take it, just like you would sprinkle on food, and it's going to bubble up that color. Can you see that? It looks great. Now imagine, of course it's a little harder because we have to let this dry. I did the regular table salt, and now I'm gonna sprinkle some coarser salt. So of course now, once you put your salt on, you don't want to use the brush anymore. So make sure everything is where you like it. Remember, with your paintbrush, move in the diagonal to keep the colors kind of blended in the same way. Now I have it sprinkled with a bunch of salt. We're gonna set this aside and let it dry. I'm very interested to see how this cuts when we cut it in strips. Can I take this and turn it into this? So it's gonna look a little bit different. The lines won't be as sharp, but because on the back side I had already marked my lines and I numbered them, it'll just be a little bit of a softer edge. So now you need to come into the library and see how it turns out. Which one are you gonna choose? So many fun choices. Maybe you'll have to do two. I will see you soon at the library. Come back next week for one more color and pattern. Can't wait to see you. Bye for now.